Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Orphanlast, aka Skylar Madison, and today I'm coming at you with another Noblefrugal Studio collaboration video. Noblefrugal Studio is a channel on YouTube run by Sebastian, and he has his channel centered primarily on open tunes and educating people on how to use it, kind of like my channel and all that. And I kind of like his teaching style. He's got a really good teaching style. If you guys would like to take a look at his channel, feel free to take a look at it. It's in the video description below. I in particularly am excited to see what he does with this background when he actually animates a complex scene into it. So if you guys would like to even just take a look at that, feel free to subscribe to him and all that good stuff. Anyways, so this whole week I've been really busy with the V-Paint presentation, all the way to the point where it's literally sucked up every moment of free time, from the moment that I come home from work to the moment that I go to sleep. I've been working on the V-Paint presentation, and although I have everything edited together in the editing software, I still have 3 more presentations to finish about V-Paint in order for it to be complete. So I have no idea when that video is going to be out. It may be out on Saturday, it may be out on Sunday, and if it's not out on Sunday, you know what, screw it, it'll come out on Monday. And if you guys, if there are subscribers of mine that have absolutely no idea that, it's going to come out, that it might come out outside of its regular, video release schedule and everything like that, then really I watch my speed painting videos. I mean, I use these to make announcements and such like that, and to talk about what videos you have to expect, what I'm planning on working on, all that good stuff. And sometimes I actually deliver all that good stuff. Yay! Anyways, so yeah, I just finding time to work on this video is just mind-boggling to me. My brain was so scatterbrained. Throughout the whole time I was painting on this thing, I was just thinking about V-Paint and what I can do for that video to make it better. The V-Paint presentation video is going to be in a OpenTunes news video. There's a lot of really good news for OpenTunes recently, and kind of looking forward to showing it off to you guys. And they are also, the OpenTunes news videos are my most viewed videos, so I'm looking forward to that. However, even though they are my most viewed videos, I'm not 100% dedicated to them, to the OpenTunes news videos. And the reason for that is, even though I enjoy showing it to you guys, those videos have absolutely no longevity. Like 6 months down the road, why would they want to look at an OpenTunes news video that's showing stuff that they already have? So there's no longevity to those videos. It's like those people with the gaming channels, the video gaming channels. They just pop out a video every single day. Oh, this is what's going on in gaming this week and all that, and that video is not gonna last very long. These people have to pop out a video every single day, otherwise they're just not gonna make it. And yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. So not only that, but the open source, the open source community and everything like that, yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff to report on and everything, but it's not the same as commercial stuff. It's not like every week you can report on a video game or something like that. It's more like it's slower than that with open source stuff. Of course there's people with all sorts of crazy ideas and all that are really cool, but if you're not willing to fund it yourself, no one else is going to see that there's being any progress towards getting that feature into the program and no one else will donate. That's the reason why my Crit-alike Assistant tool is actually going to be fully funded in, actually, you know what, less than a month, half a month from now. It's going to be fully funded in half a month. Unless somebody else decides to give it a good donation. If someone wants to give a $50 donation or something, tomorrow I'm going to be putting in $50 and it's going to be fully funded. So, but you know, it may very well be another 2 weeks, because the overwhelming majority of the Crit-alike Assistant tool has been funded by me. I mean, this is the cool thing about the open source community. There is no other sort of software in the world where you can enjoy using a program and then think, you know, it really should be easier than this. Or, you know, this workflow works maybe for some people, but maybe not for me. It'd be really nice to have it work like this other program or what have you. And as long as you're willing to pay a developer for their hard work, you can have the program custom tailored to you. And not only that, but you can actually share that custom tailoring with the rest of the world, which, I mean, like, that is the coolest thing ever. Like, it really is. And I gotta tell you, like, if you told me, like, 3 years ago that I would have a channel with 550 subscribers and I would be using a computer program that I am funding, like assisting in funding. I'm not the only person funding it, by the way. There's plenty of other people funding additional features, but that I would actually contribute in funding features that are custom tailored to my liking and such like that. I would just be like, yeah, no, I don't think so. If you told me that there would be a full-featured animation suite for 2D animation, I'd tell you you're full of crap. That's never going to come out, and even though all of my hopes and dreams were resting on something like that, like, you know, it's out. And, you know, what's weird is, even though it's a free program, I do feel as though if you're willing to still spend the sort of money that you would normally spend on a commercial piece of software, in the end, by the end of the year, if you spent like the amount of money that you would have normally spent on a commercial piece of software, this is just my personal philosophy. You don't have to subscribe to this idea. But, like, if you're willing to spend the same amount that you would normally spend on a commercial piece of software, and what you get out of it is not just a really good program, but a program that works better for you, like, that's better than having a fully, like, a normal commercial piece of software. So I'm really excited about this. Like, you know, the Crit-alike Assistant tool is actually, like, the original idea for it was, you know, not just so that we could have the ability to animate and have, like, perspective tools and such like that. It wasn't just that initially. It was in the hopes of actually being able to effectively have an animated background and everything like that, where it's more than just a parallax effect. It's where you're able to swivel and move forward at the same time. Things like that. And that's not that easy to animate, where you're basically running forward and then, you know, you turn down an alleyway and everything. Having the background animated like that, for the longest time, there's 3D animation is the way to go, pretty much, if you want something like that. But VPaint, actually, if we have the Critalike Assistant tool and VPaint integrated into OpenTunes, you know, there's one more thing that needs to be put into place, to be honest. Like, VPaint is pretty powerful and everything, and it has a lot to offer. But I feel as though eventually I'm going to have to get a layers panel inside of OpenTunes. And by layers panel, what I'm talking about is it'll have a list of all the variously different like vector objects on a VPaint layer listed and their stacking order and how they're grouped together and everything. If we can have that, we will be able to effectively not like right now you can kind of sort of do this, but with a layers panel, most especially, you would be able to effectively be able to think three-dimensionally while you're making the animation. It's pretty cool. It's not just that it looks three-dimensional, it actually feels three-dimensional as you're making it. To some extent, even without the some sort of layers panel and all that, to some extent, you can do that. You can somewhat like simulate a three-dimensional perspective of how everything is tied together and everything. And that's how the rigs are put together. Like when you make a rig for a character and everything. And I just think that's the coolest thing ever. There's a scene inside of The Lion King where Mufasa explains that everything the light touches is going to become his kingdom. And he starts explaining the circle of life. And what happens is the camera rotates around Mufasa and Simba. And everything off in the far background, it animates well. But Pride Rock itself, kind of closer in the foreground, it's choppy. It's poorly animated. It looks good, but the actual timing and spacing and everything of it just doesn't seem to work well. It's just one frame, click, 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 click. It showed the limits of 2D animation. With VPaint, and eventually, we can't expect this right now. Like, once we get VPaint into OpenTunes, we can't expect the whole package immediately. But once we get a layers panel eventually into OpenTunes for the VPaint level, what we can expect is to be able to do that same sort of thing. We could actually have the camera rotate around a character like, say, Mufasa and Simba, or like Neo as he, does that bullet time thing where he bends backward and everything like that, and effectively make it look awesome. And actually, it won't be, you won't have to resort to using 3D animation, and it'll still look just as good, is the thing. And I'm looking forward to actually showing off the first presentation, which kind of shows that off a little bit. Don't expect anything too amazing looking, but it still kind of shows how you can kind of think three-dimensionally as you animate. Anyways, guys, that pretty much concludes it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, please like, share, and subscribe anyways. And if you guys would like to take a look at any of my other videos that I've created, they're up on the screen right now. Feel free to click on any of them. And have a champion. Have a great one. Peace.